Popular South Korean cosplayer Pyeon Kim has been dealing with some backlash after using makeup to darken her skin to resemble Overwatch's newest character, Sombra. Of course, in America, the use of blackface is widely known to be pretty unacceptable, but Kim says that in South Korea, it's not something she's encountered. Fans and people of Mexican descent have also rushed to support her, expressing satisfaction in her portrayal of the character.
We're all white. We can't talk about this.
Yeah,
I have so many opinions about this.
Check your privilege.
Be careful.
You are very careful.
No.
You are very white.
I have very allied.
Have the mute button ready. We don't want to get in trouble for what she says.
I have an opinion as a cosplayer.
Okay.
And while I understand everyone who screams intent matters, and it does to an extent, I do not believe for 1 second that anyone who is a popular cosplayer in any country has never heard of blackfacing in cosplay. I do not believe she can pull the "I'm Asian, I've never heard of this" card at this point in the community and at this point in the fight against blackfacing in cosplay. I cannot see her being truthful by saying that.
I mean, it does seem like a really visible issue. You know,
it is, because every time it comes up, it happens, and it's the same bullshit. I'm from Germany. I've never heard of racism. I'm like, bull fucking shit. Get out of life.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Me nuts.
That's the thing, is that us Americans, we have the corner market on racism. Like we
sure do.
Hold.
We definitely. I mean, like
we're sharing that with Great Britain.
I don't know,
really.
man. In terms of like putting the face on it, putting it right out there, right in your face, like you cannot avoid it. Yeah, putting it in office, like, dude, we've
got the market corner.
That's right. Yeah, I would have said that maybe Great Britain was like moving that direction, and then no, we trumped them for sure.
I'm white, I'm white.
Yes.
No one does racism like America does racism.
But that's the thing, is that racism isn't exclusively an American quality. And so, yeah, I agree with Nika. All of these assholes that do it and then go, well, I've never heard of that. Like, that's
Especially
fucking
when
bullshit.
You're in the cosplay community, because people in the cosplay community share and spread this shit like wildfire. Like the one time that one chick did the Michonne cosplay from Walking Dead, that shit was everywhere. If you are a popular cosplay who is visible in the scene on social media, I do not believe you have not heard of this at this point in the discussion. There is absolutely no way ever. And I also want to call out something Mr. Jack is saying. He says this discussion is stupid because if she didn't darken her skin, she'd be accused of whitewashing. That is untrue. There are so many, only made by the extremists, and those people are a vocal minority for sure. The majority of people fighting for this are all about love the skin you're in. Why do you need to change your skin? What's wrong with the skin you have? That is the fighting mantra of people
because cosplay accuracy. You must be so accurate.
It's cosplay. You're not in Hollywood. It's fucking cosplay. What is it going to do? Like, why? I mean, and the biggest problem with blackface and cosplay too is the fact that white people grow up saying, oh yeah, darker skin features are ugly, lighter skin features are beautiful, and that's what we want to be. However, then when it suits their agenda or it fits their social media status to darken their skin to become beautiful, they then embrace the features just to wash it off at the end of the day and pretend like black features don't exist and that racism doesn't exist because they don't have to deal with it. And it's bullshit. And anybody who changes their skin, like, what is wrong with your own skin? Nobody will be accused of whitewashing by any normal, sane cosplayer or human being. A lot of people who are screaming that are not cosplayers, so they don't really understand. But everyone fighting from the inside, from the cosplay community, to educate people about this are just saying, like, there are plenty of Michonne cosplayers who are white and they look fucking fantastic. There are plenty of Storm cosplayers who are white and they look fantastic. You do not have to darken your skin to cosplay a hobby. It's a cosplay. You're not in Hollywood. You don't have to accuracy. Basically, you're taking yourself and representing the character on yourself. If you are a white person and you darken your skin, you are no longer looking like yourself representing a character.
Even Hollywood has a really complicated relationship with this, and the portrayal of certain characters, whitewashing. Yeah, it's a real issue. It's a real thing, and I think that I don't know, man. Like,
oh my gosh, and not Tika Pele. I'm sorry, I have to call you out. Blue people and green people do not exist. You cannot offend people who do not exist. Like, to be a decent human being, okay, you have to realize that brown people, black people do exist, and that there is a horrible history with blackfacing in America, in the world, in cosplay. And and just feeling that you are looking at a real people who are offended and saying, well, I don't care because it doesn't bother me, it makes you a horrible person. What green person are you going to look at and say, sorry, I'm offending you? There are no green people. So no, changing your skin to be an alien race that does not exist is not offensive. But when there are people who are visibly and very vocally talking about how offended they are, even if you don't agree, I mean, I am white, I don't have the experience with this. I also agree that if you have good intent, obviously you may not be a bad person. However, I hear my black friends talking about how much it offends them. So why would you still then do it after you hear how much it offends people? That just makes you an asshole. That's it. End of story.
Didn't John Oliver do this segment on his show? Well, how is this still a thing?
Right.
Blackfacing in America? Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Just don't.
So stupid.
There was a great guide to that online a few months back where it's just like, so you're thinking about darkening your skin for that costume party. Here's an idea. Don't.
Yeah.
Also,
just don't do it.
Never goes well.
Asian,
Never goes well.
There's a difference between being a white girl with a tan, which you can achieve as part of your natural skin tone, or looking like a white girl painting themselves black with makeup. There is a very big difference in what is achievable by your natural skin tone or not.
Well, because the problem is co-opting. The problem is that, oh, I get to feel a part of this thing, but at the end of the day, I can go wash it off. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. That is, they get to just put on the features when they want to feel beautiful and accurate, but then at the end of the day, not have to deal with the racism and the shit.
And
that
if you don't,
have those features deal with on a day-to-day basis.
And if you don't understand why that's insensitive, then I don't think that you've ever probably experienced true racial discrimination. You've
never actually listened to people you claim are your friends.
That is also, I think that there's wisdom in that.
What if they don't have any friends?
Well, that's probably really likely.
I mean, yeah, at this point.
I mean, if you show up to the party in blackface and you still have friends after that, I think that says more about your friends than, well, it says a lot about you too.
What is your deal with calling me a racist?